this late at night. Something must be up. Alright. What's going on? Okay. Let's go ahead and deal with this particular issue, but you're most likely going to get a lecture later. So, why can't you tell this guy how you feel? Well, if you're not sure, you're going to have to find out what that is that's stopping you at one time or another. But there's definitely a reason for it. Yeah, fear is one of the more common reasons. So what are you afraid of? Well, he might reject you or he might not. But why do you think he would laugh at you? Rumors. I see. Well, unless you get some solid proof about these rumors, then that's all they're going to remain is just rumors. If anything, it could just be a means to rile you up. If he rejects you, then you just need to move on. That's part of life in all aspects of human interactions, little sister. There are going to be those who accept what you have to offer, and then there will be others who are not interested. You want him to like you. I understand. So let's do some analysis. Have the two of you met before? Okay, so you're in the same class. Have the two of you known each other before or after the previous experience? Since middle school. Got it. And what is his demeanor like? I see. Well, I recall one detail you mentioned that he respects everyone, and he politely rejected the other girls that asked him out. So I go back to one of my previous questions. Knowing and confirming that, why do you think he would laugh at you if you ever asked him out? I see. I'd say the biggest paranoia in this is because you don't have a definitive answer of whether or not he's interested in you. Is he interested in anyone else right now? No? Okay. And how often do the two of you hang out? Daily. Okay. And where does he sit within the group? Well, there's most likely a diversity of people in your group, right? Have you noticed where he normally sits? See, he normally sits next to you. And out of all the people in the group, who has he known the longest? And there you have it. Well, with the information you mentioned, unless there is other information none of you in the group know about, it's starting to sound like you two might have a shot. Well, that is a common concern as to whether or not a friendship can continue after a love confession. But that ultimately depends on where the two of you are in your own development, but also mainly how much the both of you value the friendship. If either of you find that the friendship is not of significant value, then yes, it is likely that the friendship is going to fail after the confession. While that can be devastating, especially when it's someone you have developed romantic interest in, you still have to move on. So the question to both of you, and really more so for you, is do you value the friendship between the two of you enough to continue it, even if he does decline on the romantic level? You don't have to answer that to me. It's a question for you to answer to yourself. All right, that's great. So now that you've reconciled that you wish for the friendship to continue even if he declines, can you love him as a friend moving forward even if he finds another romantic interest? Will you be supportive of his decision, unbiased in perspective of his choosing, but also balanced in your care of warning him when he's making a mistake? In other words, if he does make a mistake in choosing a mate, will you allow him to make the mistake so he can learn from it instead of attempting to shelter him? That's an excellent question, little sister. What you will find as you continue living, especially when you have children, but also just around the people you love, we are going to make mistakes. It's just going to happen. It's part of how we learn. Now, some mistakes are just a simple, oh, that was a bad idea. And then there are others that are more painful. It's a combination of being educated of the mistake and then valuing ourselves and the opportunities around us, not to make things any worse than we already made them. Well, I appreciate the compliment. I think with the wisdom accumulated over the years and what has been taught to me, I might turn out to be a decent dad. Plus, I see your humor is starting to return. But on a more serious note, just tell him and get closure, whether he accepts you on that level or not. Because if you don't tell him, he's never going to know for absolute certainty, plus someone else is eventually going to tell him down the road. So if he is indeed up to the proper standards and meets your criteria, you better move it. It looks like someone's developed a renewed vigor. But another thing, make sure this relationship does not destroy your overall focus. You still have your whole life ahead of you, and your family and friends are still here to support you. Yeah, that's great how confident you are and how smooth you'll say it. But how about you catch a few extra Z's first so you'll be able to articulate your delivery without sounding fatigued? I doubt confessions go all that well with droopy eyes, and I don't think makeup is going to cover that all that well. Mhm. Well, there is one major requisite if you want to sleep in here. Do you promise not to be tossing and turning trying to figure out how to express your confession to this kid? Hey, I know how this goes. Plus, me and Sleep have a very intimate relationship, and I don't plan on messing that up. Yeah, good luck with that. With my strict tendencies, I'm surprised I'm even tolerated on a platonic level. Yeah. Well, you can attempt to find me a girlfriend after the sun rises. Now hurry up and get in. You're letting all the warm air out.